to get out there, you need to work out and eat properly, but are you doing it the right way? Brent Bishop is here to show you what you might be doing wrong. And clearly he knows what's going on. Look at those biceps, right?
I try.
Right? So tell us, when it comes to working out, you do want people to get out there and you want us to move, but what are we doing wrong?
Well, one of the biggest things, I can't tell you how many times I have somebody sit in front of me for a consultation and they're like, you know, I'm working out 4 or 5 days or even 6 days a week, and I'm not losing the weight. What's happening? And I ask them what they're doing, and it's cardio. It's all cardio, running, you know, spinning, swimming, that type of thing.
Elliptical.
Exactly. So one of the biggest mistakes is people think you got to do all cardio to lose weight, but strength training is so crucial. And that person, you know what I tell them? I say, cut half your cardio and implement strength training. And right away they start to see the results. You know, they get better at their swimming, their running, but they also start to drop the weight.
So cardio is going to always be really good for your heart, right? And that's really important. But if you actually want to see your body start to transform, you got to hit the weights.
Well, and here's why. Muscle is an aerobically active tissue, right? So it uses energy. The more of it you have, the more calories you're burning even when you're at rest.
Okay, so do you have an example of how we should be moving?
Here's an example of how to actually maximize some of your strength training. So you can do your standard isolation exercises like a shoulder press or a squat, okay? But if you combine them, you're going to get that cardiovascular aspect of it. You're going to get more muscles active at once, higher demand on the heart, higher demand for burning calories, and you're going to burn much more calories overall. So this is called a split press. Essentially, you go into a squat, and then you're going to drive one leg forward, okay? And then walk back in, drive the opposite leg forward.
So if you think you're sweating on the treadmill after 10 minutes, try doing 10 of those.
Trust me.
You'll be drenched. So you are getting your cardio.
You are getting cardio. And not only that, there's something called post-exercise oxygen consumption, which is essentially that period of time post-exercise where your metabolism is elevated. And what research shows, of course, if you're doing high-intensity interval training or quick bouts of exercises like this, there's a much better effect on prolonging that metabolism elevation over time.
That's what you want. So that's the time to eat a chocolate bar. No. Wrong.
Tracy, come on now. We had talks about this.
Okay, what else do we need to do exercise-wise?
Okay, another huge thing that we see nowadays, I mean, we're all in this position, we're in computers, we're internally rotated, our flexors are short, and we're getting back issues. I call it the sort of mirror athlete syndrome, right? You train everything you see in the mirror, and you leave everything on the posterior out, which is the wrong way to go. So my suggestion is to go 2-to-1 ratio, so twice as much back work as you do the front, okay?
Oh, really?
And part of the reason for that, and I'll go through an exercise, and I'll actually probably try to get you to do it as well. But you want to get the posterior chain active because you're going to enhance your posture, you're going to get a better muscular balance.
Like this. Most of us have bad posture. Think about it right now if you're sitting in the audience, like roll those shoulders back, try and tighten up your core. I have to remind myself constantly.
It's so key, I mean, nowadays,
and it's so important.
Absolutely.
Okay, what should we be doing?
So you're going to go onto a single leg position, keep your standing leg slightly bent, okay? You're going to go into that balanced position, lean forward, thumbs up, so you're externally rotating the shoulders. From there, you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together as you bring the elbows back. So it's called a scapular retraction. But in this position,
you're doing this with your block heels,
and then you want to look down. So keep your head neutral. We're engaging everything in the upper back, middle back, the glutes, the hamstrings. These are the key muscles, and you know what? It also makes you look fine from behind. So that's also an advantage, right?
Yeah, that's important. It's
Those muscles are important.
That counts. People are watching you leave the room.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, so we got 2 exercises. We're worried about our back.
And you feel that, right?
And I can feel it, absolutely. I'm starting to schwitz a little bit. Okay, let's go over here and talk a little bit about food. What are we doing wrong with our food?
Let's talk protein. I mean, often I get people not consuming enough protein. And protein is crucial for everything. I mean, all your body's functions. When we're talking about exercise specifically, when you're exercising, you're breaking down muscle tissue. Okay? You want to make sure you're getting clean sources of protein to help rebuild and recover so you can get back into your exercise the next day and get stronger and get the results. So just some examples here. Salmon, of course, very rich in omega-3s. We have chicken. We have some beans, some seeds, quinoa, tuna. These are all great examples of clean proteins. I always get asked about supplementation. Is it important? Yeah, I mean, nowadays, it's a convenient measure. Breakfast smoothie, but also post-exercise, it's a great time to, I don't know about you, but I can't eat a big meal right after my workout. I have to drink something.
See, I can. I want to know, though, from your perspective, how much should you be having of this after you've just worked out? Is it 25 grams?
Yeah, I would say about 25 grams.
About 25 grams, so that's about a scoop or a scoop and a half usually with
Usually a scoop is about 25 grams in most of these bins. It's an important window there of opportunity, though, to your body's very will absorb things very well.
And
right
that's
after work.
within
That
what,
little
like
window.
half an hour?
As
like
soon as you can. I mean, it
hour?
starts to decrease as you get beyond the, beyond an hour type thing. But pick a clean source. Pick something that is, this is the whey one is based from, grass-fed cows. New Zealand cows. Those New Zealand cows, gotta love them. Very clean, and then no artificial flavors and colors. So these are sweetened by stevia, so natural tea leaf extract.
Which I love.
And NSF certified. So a lot of the products can be NSF certified, which means it's tested by a third party, so you know what you're reading on the label is exactly what you're getting. And of course, you have the vegan side of things as well. If you're, if whey doesn't work for you.
So you'll see, we talked about a lot of these sorts of things with Marilyn as well.
Yeah.
We keep repeating the message over and over again. It's all about protein, it's all about fiber. You got to make sure you have these things so you've got your muscles developing.
20 to 25% of your caloric intake should be from protein.
Should be from protein.
Yeah.
Now, imagine you're going to say don't, stay away from these. This is just
sugar water,
sugar water,
It bothers me when I see kids drinking this to quench their thirst. Yes.
Yeah.
So let me just break it down here really quick. If you're in a climate-controlled environment like a gym, and you're working out for 45 to 60 minutes, you do not need a sports drink.
No, you don't.
Water will do just fine. Now, if you're in hot, humid climates and you're working out for more than 90 minutes and beyond, yes, you're going to benefit from the added sugar and electrolytes that come in a sports drink, or even coconut water is another great example. But people abuse it. I mean, in this alone, you're looking at a 20-ounce bottle of sports drink is going to be somewhere around 40 grams of sugar.
That's huge.
Right? And if you don't need it, why take it?
Okay, great tips, Brent. Thank you for that. Let's go to break. We got more coming up.